shit mood, and when I'm in a shit mood, I have to think of things that make me feel better. And one of the things that makes me feel so much better is knowing that that stupid fucking bitch that thinks she's playing mom with my kids every fucking Mother's Day, that bitch either doesn't see my kids because they're naturally with me, it was my weekend, or they have to get up at the ass crack of dawn to get my children ready and bring them to me. So this stupid fucking bitch that's wasting all of her time, money, and energy, not only will the children grow up and be like, fuck that bitch, so glad we're done with that shit, she doesn't get to fucking enjoy them. Like, you're gonna pretend to be their mom in every other way except the ways that it really fucking matters. So that's the shit that, like, fuck you, I'll see you next Tuesday, you fucking fucking psycho.
Jesus Christ.
At least we know who was the toxic party in the relationship. This is how evil these women are. When they cannot destroy a man's life in a divorce, they will try to intoxicate the children by sharing their bitterness and resentment with the kids, just to get back at the man. And the vitriol gets even worse if the man has moved on with his life and is happy. This rant just shows us how deranged most women are. The good thing in this is that the children grow up, and most of them come to the realization of who was really the evil one.
Of a shit mood, and when I'm in a shit mood, I have to think of things that make me feel better. And one of the things that makes me feel so much better is knowing that that stupid fucking bitch that thinks she's playing mom with my kids every fucking Mother's Day, that bitch either doesn't see my kids because they're naturally with me, it was my weekend, or they have to get up at the ass crack of dawn to get my children ready and bring them to me. So this stupid fucking bitch that's wasting all of her time, money, and energy, not only will the children grow up and be like, fuck that bitch, so glad we're done with that shit, she doesn't get to fucking enjoy them. Like, you're gonna pretend to be their mom in every other way except the ways that it really fucking matters. So that's the shit that, like, fuck you, I'll see you next Tuesday, you fucking fucking psycho.
This is a perfect example of a high conflict baby mom, because you cannot convince me, regardless of what she's trying to say about an evil stepmom on her platform, that she has ever fostered a healthy co-parenting relationship with her ex, even before a stepmom was introduced. As a mother, it is our jobs to foster a relationship with a co-parent that is positive and healthy for the children to adapt to the new situations. This woman cannot give up her perfectionism, her sense of control. She wants to control everything that he's doing and what the stepmother's doing or isn't doing. And she is the type of person that is going to nitpick in every situation to make it practically impossible. And the part that I really want to highlight is the part where she's using parent alienation by literally painting the father in such a negative way and painting the stepmother in such a negative way that those kids never stand a chance in ever having a healthy relationship. She's even saying that she's gaining pleasure in the fact that these kids will want nothing to do with them in the future. It's not funny. It's not cute. These kids eventually do grow up and realize who the villain is. And the fact that you don't have them consistently on Mother's Day tells me that the father of your child is actively involved despite how difficult this mother is trying to make it. And then she's intentionally starting problems with the step parent to then alienate the kids even further. So then they don't even want to be at dad's. But yet she's not part of the problem. But I also want to highlight this is a perfect example of what I mean when I say that these women will say that they got out of toxic relationships, that they did nothing wrong, that they're like perfect angels, but then they create the exact same toxic relationship through their children. So I mean, who's really part of the problem? Okay, bye.
She said it all. Nothing but fact. Women have always been the issue when it comes to family problems and division in the family. A woman's mouth is more venomous than a viper's. As I said before, most of these women don't give a ish about how their actions will affect their children. As long as they can get back at their ex-husband for whatever wrong their demented minds told them he did, they will do anything. There is a good reason why back in the days of the Roman Empire, hags used to be flogged for gossip.
Just because it's a woman entering a child's life, that shit is really fucking weird too. Flip those roles. Flip that shit. It's a woman who's a single mother. She meets a guy on the internet. She doesn't have any place to stay for her and her children, so she just moves in with this guy, and he is very happy to step up as stepdad and immediately help change diapers, bathe, drive them to and from school, get all invested in their life. After knowing each other for weeks, what would we say to that fucking mother, huh? Why it's not okay when for dads, and those women who do it are fucking psychotic. Women can abuse children, women can assault children. Why are we just so accepting when these dudes start dating some woman from God fucking knows where, that this woman is willing to have this man that she barely knows and his children in her house? And then when the mother says something, she's the fucking lunatic? I'm so sorry. What? No. No.
It is strange how quickly women will call other women the villain when said women are their ex-husband's new wife or romantic partner. These are the same women who will shame and guilt men for refusing to date single mothers, but now that her ex-husband has found a woman who is okay with him and his children, now she is using the same arguments that men use concerning why they don't want to deal with single mothers. Most women don't mind dealing with men who already have children because they know that they are not financially responsible for the kids, they know that the man has already laid down the rules concerning discipline, and they know that even if the man has children, he can always make time for her. The only problem is having to deal with a psychotic, bitter ex-wife who has absolutely nothing going for herself and is committed to making everybody else's lives miserable like hers.
Wife content suddenly blowing up because people my age that were traditional wives.
Boy, can I speak on this. Grandmother, stay at home. Mom, stay at home. Me, followed right in their footsteps. 1995, got married. 1997, had my first baby. 2000, had my second. 2004, had my third. No career, no education beyond a high school diploma. It is what I wanted. Having no understanding of the consequences that I'm now facing as a result of that choice. All while my now ex-husband made me feel guilty because I wasn't contributing to the financial household, but yet wanted all of the things done at home as a stay-at-home wife does. He wanted both. And I didn't work outside the home. Then later, as my kids got a little bit older and in school, and the youngest one was like Mother's Day out programs and stuff, I would do housekeeping and anything to bring a little extra money in to our household income. But yeah, no education beyond a high school diploma, no effort to make any kind of career moves moving forward. And then fast forward to 2016, we're divorced. And I'm starting at the bottom with no job experience, even though I had managed a household, albeit sometimes the financial part was very poorly. That's a whole nother topic. And raised 3 children. And now I'm 49 years old and I'm struggling financially because I don't have 20 years of work experience on top of the most recent 10 years. So I should have 30 years of work experience. Don't have that. I have 10. Now my job is being eliminated at my current employer. I have 6 months. I have a retention bonus plus severance after that, and then I've got to find something else. In spite of the fact that I have been trying to get out of this company for multiple years because I have been so very unhappy in this role. And even moving internally in my company, I haven't been able to do that either because they want a degree. They want some type of college education on a resume, and I don't have that.
Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Being a stay-at-home mom is both rewarding and extremely sacrificing. My girls, I was always there for them. Got them to school, got them home. They rarely had to ride the bus. Doctor's appointments, piano lessons, sick, I was home. Anytime they needed anything, I was their caretaker. Their dad was there. He was not a terrible dad. He was supportive as a parent. Although when I wanted to go do something for myself and get out and have some fun with my friends, I was always, I got to stay home and babysit kind of thing.
Get the French toast out of here.
No, these are your kids. You're not babysitting. You're parenting. At the time, I didn't have that verbiage. I didn't have that vocabulary because I didn't understand that what he was saying was not okay, because it's what I had known all my life. My mom stayed at home. She didn't work outside the home until she was older. Then my dad died at 54 years of age and left her a widow. For the next 20 years, that woman struggled. So whether it's divorce or death, trad wives, we're in this economy especially. Our parents did not experience the same thing that we're experiencing in the 80s. The job market, things were so much better in the 80s than it is right now. Yeah. So if you're going to be a trad wife, and if that's what you want, and again, that is what I wanted, but it's also all that I knew, and I did not have a college education, and for me to try to work and pay daycare, it was pointless because I wasn't making enough money to justify paying for the daycare. I was basically working to pay daycare is what I would have been doing. Because again, I was making just above minimum wage because I had no skills to even give me that higher dollar amount. And then I got married and had kids, and then I wasn't working. So, yeah. If you're going to be a trad wife, prepare. Prepare yourself. I wish I had known then what I know now. I wish I had had people like me telling me what I'm telling you now. Don't rely on your significant other to take care of your needs forever, because shit happens.
Yes, shit happens. It is part of life. But let's not get too hasty. Why did she divorce with her husband in the first place? I don't know her, nor do I know how her marriage was, but just by looking at her, and based on how women move, I'm not buying her little story. Yes, the economy today has gotten worse, but whose fault is this? Women wanted to join the workforce, even though all it did was cut wages and increase the number of taxpayers, but not only that, women joined the workforce in positions that are not critical to society prosperity, and let's not forget that women are the ones who vote for bigger government and welfare, which in return drives inflation up. But this is not a Chanel about economics, but the fact is that women having the right to vote has fucked up the economy. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this up real quick. From where I'm seeing it, the problem in her marriage came from her not wanting to do anything. She wanted the man to pay for everything, and she used the children and taking care of the house as an excuse. She made it look as if her children were special needs kids who couldn't function on their own. The moment kids reach the age of 2 or 3, they are pretty set. They can go to school, and she could have gotten a part-time desk job, or be a waitress, or start a babysitting business. Even if the job would have only paid enough to pay for her kids' daycare, but at the very least, it shows initiative. She could have talked it over with her husband and make a plan, since she said that he was a good father. She is trying to make it look like they lived a mansion and that she was cleaning it all up. An average house for a family with 3 children can take at most 40 minutes to tidy up, and it's not like she was doing laundry by hand. Being a stay-at-home wife is not a job. She had a lot of free time and she could have done more. She messed up her own marriage, and now she is trying to make excuses. And if her little story is true, it means that she is entitled to alimony or some sort of compensation, and let's not forget child support, at least for the last kid. She is not a widow. She saw her husband as a workhorse that she could make him work until he dropped dead. She's saying that all she knew was being a stay-at-home wife, but it is clear that she didn't know what it means to be a wife. She said that her mom struggled after she became a widow. Couldn't she have learned from that experience? She saw her husband as a retirement plan, but it backfired. And here she is, looking like a knockoff version of the Joker and trying to get sympathy. That will be all for this video. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one. Peace.